Hi everyone, this is Ronnie, and in this video I want to talk about a friend of mine who sort of told me he was going off fruit. So this is a guy that's been eating quite a lot of fruit for maybe 15, 20 years, and he's recently been said to me, or I phoned about the blue, and he recently said to me, oh yeah, I'm moving away from that fruit diet. And basically he thought it was bad for him now, and all that kind of stuff. So this happens where people have been doing this diet for a while and they've never done it properly. And I don't care what people say. Oh, you always blame people for not doing it right. People don't do it right. And in particular, people continue to eat cooked food in their diet, and they mostly eat cooked food. They eat a lot of fruit too, but they eat a lot of cooked food. And then they act like fruit is the problem. Or they eat a lot of fat, and fruit's the problem. They eat a lot of salt, fruit's the problem. They eat a lot of added sugar or whatever, fruit's the problem. They eat, I don't know, tons of supplements or whatever, but fruit's the problem. Obviously, the animal products, but fruit's the problem. So everything becomes fruit is the problem, not everything else. And this is classic lack of education. Like, once you've got this, once you've got the basic education in this stuff, it's really hard for you to change your diet after that. It's really hard because what else are you going to eat? If you understand profoundly that you are a frugivorous primate, that your body is adapted to eat fruit, like that is the primary food source for our body, for the animals that are like us, for the system that is like us. And it's also obviously the food that if it's on a table and there's all other raw foods, it's obviously the food that you can eat, not beans, not rice, not pasta, not none of that stuff. Fruit is the food. The problem is people are addicted to these other foods. So those other foods are higher up in their hierarchy of whatever you want to call it, pleasure or something, or their hierarchy of food choice. So all these things are higher up than fruit because they're addictive, because some of them are denser in calories. Their memories attached to it, their emotions attached to it, but also the addictive components within these foods that trigger us. They're designed to be addictive. Uh, I would guess these plants are to some degree toxic and all that stuff. So we get, but there's an addictive element to these plants. It may have been a part of how they procreated, that they didn't have a lot of nutrition. Cooked foods, these beans, they don't have a lot of nutrition. I mean, we're talking about beans here. We're not talking about fruit. We're talking about vegetables. There's not a lot of nutrition in this stuff. Fruit is where our nutrition lies. Vegetables, beans, rice. There's no nutrition in this stuff. This is prison food. So people are eating like prison food, and but it's more addictive, and so they think this is better than fruit. This is even better. It isn't. It's just a feeling. But what people have got a really poor education. Like that's why you need to get education with this lifestyle. You really do. Everyone's been miseducated when it comes to their diet, completely miseducated, and continue to be miseducated and continue to have the wrong message put in front of you with advertising, with the supplement companies, with health gurus. Almost all of them don't know what they're talking about. The fitness gurus, they don't know what they're talking about. Most of the doctors, they don't know what they're talking about. It's very simple. Like all other animals, human beings are just another animal. There's a diet that we can eat raw, and that's a fruit-based diet, essentially, or a fruit diet. It's questionable as to whether you need to eat anything else apart from fruit, but maybe if you like, whatever. Um, I mean, I still eat other things apart from fruit, but I'm just saying it's not that important, in my opinion. But for some people, they're still eating the cooked foods. They're and here's the thing: I don't mind anyone eating whatever they like, but let's not pretend they're doing that because it's healthy. Like, it's healthy in terms of it keeps them alive. So on the basic level of, if you don't eat, you die, then eating anything is a health step. And there are some people that don't eat enough food, you know, at all, basically. There's some people that aren't eating any food, really. So those people need to eat anything. Some of you guys, you just need to start eating more. Some of you are just, you're not eating enough. You might believe something else. You might believe you need to go and do another fast or another fast, and then you'll start absorbing. No, you need to eat more calories. Uh, you know, people don't like my message when it comes to that because they love the message of fast more, cut out more, do another fast, don't eat so much. You're gonna learn to absorb more if you clean yourself out. This is all dark nonsense. It's just darkness. It's just lies. Um, but eating disorder people are like consumed by anxiety around food, and it's very difficult for them to uh, accept that and sort of start to deal with that. If they could, I think, but they're consumed by anxiety, so it's very difficult. If you are consumed with anxiety around the concept of eating food, it's a good idea to get some help with that. You need food. I love to keep on hammering that message home to my eating disorder friends out there. You need food. Need food. More food. You ain't healthy without it. You ain't healthy without enough, and you ain't healthy if you're on a fruit diet and you're not eating enough calories. Anyway, so um, on a basic level, any food is healthier than none. But if we have the freedom and the choice and the curiosity to eat a healthier diet and feel good, and I think most people want to feel good, then it's a fruit diet, I believe. And I think it's obvious because that's the diet that our body seems to give us a clue towards. The problem in this lifestyle is lots of people are taking information that's like 100-year-old mystical information, and they're in the mysteries and the mystical and the all this stuff. Is like, no, we understand more now. We understand more now. We've got more information. And I love the mystical. I love the magical. So there's things in my life that I like a bit of magical thinking around it and a bit of mystery. And I don't want to quite, when people start to get really scientific about it, I'm like, I don't want to hear that stuff. I want to remain in my mystical fantasy. And when it comes to uh, relationships and dating and stuff, I love all these, or even friendships, anything. I like all the mystical side of all this. I like the idea that, you know, you can attract someone into your life and that they're like the right person for you in that moment of life, and you've got some lesson to teach, and you have these feelings, and it's like all this, it's a flow of energy between you. Like, I like all these ideas. I like the ideas. I'm I'm sometimes consumed by the ideas. And then when someone says, "Well, what this is hormones and it's blah blah blah," I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to hear the reality of it," right? So when it comes to food, there's a lot of people that like to believe in this mystical side of it. Like, you will be able to intuitively tell what diet to eat, and if you have a dream, then that dream will tell you what food to. No, like, it doesn't work like that. Animals get up, they look around them, and they go, "Oh, there's something I can eat," and they're just hungry. They don't go, "I need magnesium today. I need more magnesium. Let me go towards those flowers." It doesn't happen like that. You're not as sophisticated as that. You wake up and you're hungry and you should eat. That's it. And basically throughout the day, you're going to feel hungry sometimes. And it doesn't have to be a big churning, big desire. It can just be like I quite like to eat. That's enough. That's enough to eat. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, and you should only be looking to lose weight if you're actually, actually overweight, then you limit a little bit what you eat. Not hugely, but you limit down. But for everyone else who doesn't have a problem with that, then you just eat as you just eat as you're intended to. You're not trying to make it a big quiz. Like when's the right time to eat? When's the right feeling to react to? Never don't mind about feelings. You know, if you want to eat, that's enough of a feeling. If it looks good, that's enough of like it's enough. Um, so people have this old mystical information. It's not very helpful. It's not very good information, and you should look at more modern stuff. And we're frugivores. It's not that fruit is some once again some mystical high energy thing. Yeah, it is, but we are a frugivorous primate. That's our background. That's why that food matches for us. You know, and it's better now than it ever has been. Embrace it. You know, so that's all I'm saying. But my friend has a lack of education because there's nothing else to go towards. Like, oh yeah, that fruit is it's really triggering my this and that, my problems and this and he won't admit that it's all the other garbage he's been eating because he's been eating garbage as well. It's so bizarre, but people will eat garbage, junk food, and fruit, and then they think it's the fruit that's the problem. It's madness, but that's what it always happens. Everyone blames fruit and will not blame anything else. For some reason, people will blame fruit all the time. And I feel personally sensitive about that because I'm an ambassador of fruit. You know, I'm a defendant of fruit. I'm a advocate of fruit and fruit eating, and I'm one of the few out there, dude. Like really, that doesn't go. Oh, and now I've realised I have to cut down on the fruit and eat more fat because it wasn't working for me. I need to eat more fish. What's in fish? Uh, I don't know. It's just a. I just had a weird idea about it, and someone had a dream, and some guy said something. It felt nice, and that's what people say. Not because they actually need fish, because no one needs fish. Fish is garbage. Um, all animal products are terrible for you. They cause disease. They put people in wheelchairs, in hospital beds, in graveyards. You know that is animal foods. Fruit brings you to paradise, and that's all I have to say. So fruit is the path to paradise. UK Fruitfest this year. Um, we're getting a lot of interest now, so if you're going to come, I hope to see you there. Thank you very much.